Mine. Yours.
Excuse me.
Josh, what you said is this. You brought this up, and I want to bring up why I'm so passionate because, as people know, I'm very passionate about this. And actually, funny thing is, in February, I had an ESD. Basically, they had to go down my esophagus and make sure everything was okay. And it was, but I was under anesthesia. And when I woke up, I was drugged and I said things. And, I had a friend, because someone has to go with you to this stuff. I had a friend go with me and she did help me fill in some of the blanks. But so this is to the best of my ability, but I did absolutely talk about Ezra Miller. This is happening. But when I woke up, this is what I said. Ezra Miller is innocent. Sell ZS Jail to Netflix. Sell Snyderverse to Netflix. And this is very deep in my subconscious. And this is what I said when I woke up from anesthesia. But I want to talk about why I'm so passionate about this because, I want to make this clear. Before this Ezra Miller thing came up, I've always taken issues with the mainstream media lying about people. I've always taken issues with that. It's always bothered me to my core. And I'm not going to get into examples on that end because that's going to get into some very political stuff that I'm not going to touch. The only stuff that's going to be political on this video is stuff that relates to the Snyderverse. So if it doesn't relate to the Snyderverse, draw whatever conclusions you want from this. I don't care, but I'm not confirming or denying anything. But I guess, but then, when these headlines came up with Ezra Miller, I got upset because even before the grooming allegations came out, like the bar fight, the choking incident, it's like, this is half of Hollywood here. Like, and I'll talk about this more later on, but I'm like, why isn't Anthony Starr getting, I mean, I guess I didn't think that at the time because it didn't happen yet, but why isn't Anthony Starr getting canceled? Why, I mean, when Jared Padalecki got into a bar fight in Texas, why didn't he get canceled? I mean, everyone was saying support Jared. So it was already a one-way street there.
Stephen Amell, same thing. Happened on a flight.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hypocrisy at its finest.
And anyways, I guess my biggest, and then when the grooming allegations came out, Tokata Iron Eyes, the day of these, it was the day of the day after this came out, they literally defend, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to try to use the they, them pronouns for Ezra Miller and Tokata as much as I can. I may slip up once or twice. Sorry about that, but I'm going to
Ezra doesn't really care. So I've heard him on interviews, but yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So, and I wasn't sure what official pronouns Tokata goes by. I heard it was they, them, but
I think that is, yes.
Okay, so, that's really interesting, Sin Havoc. And, we'll get into some of this other stuff later, but I guess here's my biggest reason why I'm so passionate about this. I guess, because normally the Snyder Cut, the Snyderverse is basically kind of my mental sanctuary. Whenever I got upset, the Snyderverse is kind of what got me through some of this stuff. So, 2020, I'll say this publicly, during COVID, I was not doing well mentally. There was job issues I had, there was stuff like that, and I normally wouldn't admit that live, but it was 2020. Everyone was having issues. So I'm okay admitting that. But the Snyderverse helped me get through that. Something to look forward to helped me get through that. So when the mental sanctuary gets violated, it hurts me. It's hard. It's hard for me to really process that a lot more. And I guess my biggest thing too is I know in the Cell movement we're not demanding actors return. I know that, I do want to respect that, but at the same time, this is me. I would still prefer all the actors to come back. This is a preference I would have, and I think an actor coming back is still better for Cell than not because we don't know what Zack Snyder is okay with. So. And actually, Zack Snyder has defended Ezra Miller and Amber Heard, too. So, I mean, that did happen. And that's in quotes, because the article that I'll probably add post-production had some stuff that is not true, but those were inferences, not quotes. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, right or wrong, Zack Snyder has defended, sticks up for his cast. So, and I guess my biggest thing is too, Josh, how can I support a Justice League? If, let's say Netflix greenlights Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, this happens. How can I support, how can I be excited for a Justice League movie when a real injustice happened to one of the actors, preventing them from being in the movie? That's my biggest question to you. How can I support Justice League when a real injustice was involved?
Good point.
So that's really interesting. Really, that's
James Gunn's very TV. We all know that.
yeah. Good. But, you know, at least their father, when I say their father, I mean their TV father, not their real father, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, is connected to Zack Snyder.
Yes, sir. Hot diggity dog.
Yeah, and actually, Sin Havoc, that's actually kind of another point I will bring up in the next topic, but yeah, exactly. Look what happened to Depp. The thing is, and I've always said this too, I understand there are some people who say, you know, I don't have time to do the research. I don't have time to do the research. That's fine. Then don't comment on it. It's really that simple.
Yep.
If you're not sure about something happening, then shut up about it. If you have a
Option 3.
Oh, I see what you did there. But yeah, exactly. Just don't talk about it. If you're not sure, shut up. If you've just read headlines and nothing else, shut up. That's actually why I don't really comment on Amber Heard too much, because I didn't watch the trial. I just heard the headlines. And I'm not, so that's why I don't defame Amber Heard on this channel. It's not because I'm like, oh, I support her and say fuck Johnny Depp. No, I just did not do my research. I did not do my due diligence on this. So I don't think it's right for me as a content creator to say, you know, screw Ezra Miller or Amber Heard. I don't think it's right to use my platform to do that. So, yeah, you know, just trying to survive in this world at the end of the day, people. I'm just trying to survive in this world at the end of the day. I'm not trying to fight every battle. I mean, this one affects something I care about. I mean, and I know there's more important issues out there. I'm not stupid. I know there are way more important issues out there. But this just affects something I'm passionate about. This affects my day-to-day stuff. And so, yeah, that's why. I guess I want to pull something up real quick before we move on to the next topic. But I guess, Josh, do you have anything you want to say on this topic?
I think a lot of people, maybe, I don't know how people felt, but let's not forget Ezra Miller specifically. Ezra Miller, Barry Allen, the Flash, the fastest man alive. He is the entire reason Zack Snyder's Justice League got an honorary Oscar.
Exactly. Right? Yes.
Like, for me personally, my favorite scenes in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I have so many, of course, but number one is that Oscar-winning moment. Ezra Miller, the Flash, Barry Allen, saving the entire multiverse by turning back time. And honorary mention, him meeting Iris West for the first time when you were introduced to him. That scene, the first probably, I kid you not, Dan, like 6 or 7 times I watched that scene. Every time I would start crying, tears of joy, because I believe it's shot so beautifully by Zack Snyder. I think Ezra and Kersey did such an amazing job conveying that spark that Barry and Iris have, you know, that love immediately that they're destined to have, right? As far as comic book readers. And I'll be honest, like, when I saw Ezra's look in BVS, I was very like, oh, and to this day, we have not had a comic accurate Barry Allen. Barry Allen's blonde. Okay. So I was kind of like, oh, he's going to look like that. And you know, But Ezra Miller's Flash is the reason I love that character so much now. Ezra Miller specifically. And we can go into his personal life. We can go into all that. But if you start looking at his heritage, what he's proud of, and the art, him as an artist, very much like Jared Leto that we're going to be talking about. I was thinking about it, Bat Dan. Tell me why artists with such a magnetic power to influence other people, like someone like Zack Snyder. Let's be honest. Look at the cast that Zack has. Henry Cavill, his fans, the power of that man. He has so much pull because of the fans, right?
Yes.
Ezra Miller, he has diehard fans. I don't know if you've ever been to a concert of Ezra Miller or been around. I've ever since coming out and defending the Flash, there are tons of fan accounts that tag me to this day, multiple times a day in Ezra Miller stories and things. That international men and women adore Ezra Miller. Jason Momoa, same way. Mostly women, but fucking love that man. Jared Leto, a lot of accusations thrown about him. We can go into his past and all that too, but as an artist and a performer, it is very, very powerful stuff and something that I go to because it's so addicting and it's so uplifting spiritually. So I think it's interesting that a lot of Zach's cast is people, and Ben Affleck. They tried to cancel Ben Affleck, basically.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people who are powerful in Hollywood because of the fans, right? If the fans and this person are a threat to the mainstream narrative or what agendas they have, they're going to try to take them out. Ezra Miller, very eccentric, very out there. So his art and his antics used to try to have this narrative misinformation about him, like, it's just an injustice that all of this is trying to be done. Tried to cancel Zach, tried to cancel Henry, tried to cancel Ben, tried to cancel Gal, tried to cancel, oh, I didn't mention Gal Gadot, obviously, with everything going on. Tried to cancel her, tried to cancel Jason at one point even, tried to cancel Ray Fisher, Jared Leto. So it's just interesting that this amazing cast all has the same fight against mainstream media, right? So shout out to you for going up and combating these false narratives, because that's what we need.
Thank you. And, Josh, shout out to you too for even coming on this stream and helping me with this stream. Because this is, I mean, again, I'm not stupid, guys. I know this is a controversial stream. I know that there are certain parties out there who, if they see this stream, they're gonna come after me. And, Josh, you're on the stream and they may come after you too. We know this. But if doing the right thing was easy, everyone would do it.